Hey there survivors, it's Tony Stromboli here with a survival video for you. We all know that those who grew up in New Jersey need pizza to survive. It's day 3 without pizza, and we're gonna fix that. I call this recipe Poor Man's Pizza because you can dumb it down to 2 very inexpensive ingredients: tortillas and sauce. Let's see what's in the food sack today. We're going to use a few more than the 2 ingredients to make it a little bit better. Originally I had grated Parmesan cheese, but I seem to have lost it somewhere or somebody stole it. So we're using this grated Mexican style cheese blend. That can be any grated cheese that you have. You can even put whole cheese blocks on this thing if you want, or you can do it without cheese if you want more of a tomato pie kind of feeling. First up, cheese. Second is your tomato sauce. This is going to be the most inexpensive tomato sauce that you can get unless you make it yourself. We're actually going to be using a pasta sauce for pizza today because I like it a little bit better. It's chunkier, you know. Next ingredient is going to be garlic powder. Again, you don't need this one. Garlic salt will work even better than this, but I don't have any. Garlic powder will really tie this whole thing together and make it taste like a pizza. This is the sauce that we're going to be using. Again, this is pasta sauce, tomato basil, and I think it's absolutely delicious. This can's open, this one isn't. That's the only reason we're really using this, and I think this tastes a little bit better. Next up, we have rosemary whole leaves. If you want the true experience, you can harvest this yourself from your garden and throw it on your pizza. And finally, our last ingredient is sweet basil. And you can use whatever spices you want as long as they're Italian spices. If they're not Italian spices, it will not work and your pizza will burn in the oven because it's a sin. Thank you, food sack. The final ingredient that we're going to be using is tortillas. It can be any kind of tortilla, you can make it yourself even, but everybody knows it's cheaper if you buy it at the store. This is a 24 count pack. I failed to close this many times and it hasn't gone bad. I've had this since December. God knows what's in it, but we're going to use it. The only piece of equipment you really need is a baking tray. I have the oven behind me preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's get started. Once again, this pizza that we're making today is going to be a little bit fancier than what the recipe really calls for. You can really just put tomato sauce on top of tortillas and then throw that in the oven and call it a pizza. Why don't you come over here? Come on, let's take a closer look. And here we are. We'll make 2 today, 2 different pies. This is delicious. It's great for a quick snack for the kids or for yourself. That's where it's going for me. You don't really want any overlap here, so we're going to try and minimize that as much as possible. We'll fold up this end just a little bit to avoid that. And once again, while we're doing this, you want your oven preheated to 350 Fahrenheit. Next up, we're going to throw on the sauce. But before that, we're going to cut it up a little bit. Get a small kitchen knife or pen knife, whatever you got. And you're going to try and aim for the center here. You're going to cut almost all the way through, but not completely. Oh, there's the oven. And you want to make some slices. I went a little too deep on that one, but that's okay. We're not throwing it around in the air or anything because the dough is already made. This is also less energy intensive because you don't need your oven to be freaking on fire like you need for regular Italian pizza. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. And you can see this is ripping apart just a little bit here. If you don't want that to happen, you can heat it up a little bit on a pan beforehand, but it's not really necessary, you know? Now we're gonna throw on the sauce. Again, you can use your good old reliable canned tomato sauce if that's all you have, or you can make your own, but I think this pasta sauce is gonna work quite well for us today just because it's what we have. So stick that on there. Depending on how much you like, I think 2 or 3 tablespoons is probably pretty good. And you could see before I poured that there was a little hole between the pieces. Not the end of the world, but it will hit the tray below, and it's a bit of a waste of sauce unless you like scraping off dried sauce from your stuff. I like just a little bit of sauce because I don't like to feel like I'm just eating whole tomatoes, but I know some people are into that, and that's all right. This one has a bit more sauce, and the holes are a bit tidier on this one. You just want to try and get an even spread, but it's all right if you have some pockets there. It's not the end of the world.
And another side note, like I said earlier, I was going to use Parmesan cheese, but I don't have it. The grated dry Parmesan, the most inexpensive cheese in the world. If you have that, I really recommend you use that. I used it yesterday. You can actually see I haven't cleaned the pan here, and there's some dried up Parmesan here. But I was very surprised because it actually melted. Next, we're going to throw on the cheese. Thank you, Max. Max lived in the building, but he moved out, so I'm using his cheese before it goes bad. And we'll just sprinkle that on there pretty liberally. Oh geez, we got some chunks. And speaking of chunks, that reminds me, if you want some vegetables on here or some meat, just grill it beforehand or pan sear it, then throw it on there. The amount of time we're gonna put it in the oven will not cook it. So if you like it hot, just throw it on there and then it'll cook while it's in the oven. Next up, we're gonna throw on some garlic powder. Some people like to put on the garlic powder before the cheese. I like it after the cheese because it actually can crisp the top of the cheese, which is real nice. Next, we're gonna throw on some sweet basil. And make sure you wash your hands before you do this, please. Not too much, not too little. And really the thing that will make this recipe absolutely unbeatable, even better than regular pizza, is if you use fresh grown rosemary from your own garden. Okay, absolutely unbeatable. We're gonna get this rosemary out of the bag, and then you just roll it between your fingers just like this. Or if you already have grated rosemary, that's fine. If you put too much on here, it's gonna be too sweet. All right, now we're gonna stick this in the oven at 350 for 18 minutes, no more, no less. Wow, look at this. Our right side pizza split halfway through the middle, but look at that melty cheese. Absolutely delicious. And you can see here, if we take off this piece, you can see the edges, crunchy, right? And then the center, nice and soft, but a little bit flaky on the sides. And that's exactly how it is with the grated cheese as well, which I actually recommend because it's a lot less expensive and a lot less intense on the dairy industry, which you probably shouldn't even be supporting anyway. So as you can see, these tortillas, they work excellently as discount pizza crusts. Not quite as fluffy, but let me tell you, it's a lot better than pizza on bread. I'm gonna go enjoy these. Feel free to adapt this recipe. Let us know what you'd like to do in the comments with that, and maybe we could even try it in the show in the future. But thank you for watching. I encourage you to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Enjoy your quarantine, and let us know if you want to see more emergency recipes. There's a lot that you can do with very, very little. See you later.